Hello children, welcome to this session of video class. This class is especially for the students of class 8 studying in North Sikkim Academy. Today I've taken up a chapter from our English book Wind Chimes, and the lesson is The World in a Wall. It's written by a British writer, Gerald Durrell. He was born on 7th January 1925 in the Indian city of Jamshedpur when India was under the British rule. Gerald Durrell was a conservationist, he was a naturalist, he was also an author and television presenter. In this story, he has spoken or he has written about the family of scorpion in which he was very much interested. Our story begins like this. One day he was strolling outside and interestingly he comes across a scorpion, and the scorpion looked like it had a pale fawn fur coat on its back. What looked like a coat was actually, in reality, it was a mass of tiny babies clinging to the mother. The scorpion, which looked like wearing a coat, in fact was carrying the babies on its back. He thought the scorpion had a coat on because the scorpion's babies clung to the mother's back, and the whole bunch of them together gave the appearance of a fur coat on her back. So we can understand that what looked like a scorpion wearing the coat was in fact carrying the baby scorpion on its back. Here we can see the scorpion with the baby scorpions on the back. Now, interestingly, the narrator, he wanted to take the scorpion home and watch her babies grow up, because he was very much interested, as I told in the introductory part, that the narrator, Gerald Durrell, was a conservationist as well. So he wanted the family of the scorpion or the babies of the scorpion growing up. So what he did was that he carefully maneuvered the mother scorpion. He carefully put it inside the matchbox, and after taking it inside, he kept that matchbox on the mantelpiece. Mantelpiece means a shelf which is above the fireplace. He did not want the others to see the matchbox because he wanted to keep it as secret. So what he did was that he kept it secretly there, and it was also the lunch time, and he was also called for lunch. But when he was eating, his mind was there on the matchbox because his interest was there. So instead of eating, he secretly or he surreptitiously started giving food to the dog which was under the table. The dog, which was named as Roger, was there, and the narrator started feeding the dog the food which was meant for him. He did not eat because he wanted to finish off the food very fast, and he wanted to go and see the scorpion. As all the family members were eating, interestingly, Larry, one of the family member, he finished up early and he went and accidentally picked up the matchbox. He did not know what was there inside the matchbox. Some other members of the family were also there, along with one stranger, Lugaresia. The other family members like Leslie was there, Margot was also there, and mother was also there at the lunch table. Larry, as we know, unknowingly, he picked up the matchbox and he brought it in front of everyone. And he realized that the scorpion was crawling on the back of his hand. When Larry came across this, when he realized this, he uttered a roar of fright which made Lugaregia drop a plate. And this in turn brought Roger the dog from under the table and started barking loudly. Larry flicked his hand, he started shaking his hand and sent the scorpion flying down the table, and the scorpion landed midway between other family members like Margot and Leslie. So now it started creating a lot of confusion. It started creating a sort of pandemonium. Now the scorpion started creating a lot of confusion, chaos in the house. The baby scorpion started coming down like confettis as Lugaregia thumped on the cloth. Leslie also jumped to his feet. This in turn overturned the chair. He flicked out desperately with his napkin, and the scorpion rolled across the cloth towards Margot, who screamed like anything. She hurled a glass of water at the scorpion, but the water drenched the mother, who could not stand getting wet. The mother was not that much interested in getting wet. Accidentally, Margot, she hurled a glass of water. This was all created by the fear of the scorpion. Now, a scene of total confusion was created by the scorpion. The scorpion was also agitated because it had been cooped up, or it was kept inside the matchbox for a long time. She also wanted to escape. When she was released from the matchbox, quite suddenly the scorpion got extremely excited and seemed agitated because of all the commotion, all the disturbance which it had created in the house. Jerry refers to the commotion, our narrator refers to the commotion and events that take place after the scorpion is let out of the box as coming danger or the impending doom. We know that it was Larry who had picked up the matchbox accidentally from the mantelpiece. And when he had brought it to the lunch table, he had let Lugaregia drop a plate. When all this was done, Roger, the dog, which was under the table, it also was barking loudly. Now, Roger thought that the family was attacked. And Lugareji was the only person, only stranger in the house. He bit Lugaregia in the ankle because Roger the dog felt that it was his duty to save the family from the danger, because the dog thought that because of all this commotion, because of all this disturbance, chaos there, Roger thought that the family was under attack, and to defend the family, he saw only one stranger in the house, that was Lugaregia, and he went directly there and bit her in the ankle. So this way, a lot of commotion was created in the house. Some family members, especially Larry, even wanted to kill the scorpion. So after a lot of panic in the family, after a lot of confusion, chaos, pandemonium in the family, the author was made to round up the scorpion. That means he gathered all the scorpions very carefully and he wanted to leave them out of the house. Again, he wanted to take it outside and keep them on the wall. So he decided like that. He did not want anybody to kill the scorpion because, as I told you, the author was also, the narrator was also a conservationist. So the family retired, all the other family members, they went to the drawing room, and the author or the narrator and Roger the dog spent the afternoon on the hillside. So this way, the small action of the narrator by taking the scorpion inside the house and the accident which was made by Larry by bringing the matchbox from the mantelpiece created a lot of confusion there in the house. The family had been through a lot of commotion, lot of disturbance ever since the scorpion family was released from the matchbox. It had created, we already understand that, we already know that the scorpion had created a lot of confusion there in the house. And finally, Jerry thought that all the family members, after this long disturbance, needed a siesta, that means the afternoon nap. This shows that Jerry was a practical person, he was a pragmatic person, and he knew how his family would react by seeing all these things, and he wanted them all to take a nice rest. Roger and the narrator went to the hillside when all the family members retired for the siesta. So this was the story. Now we'll come to the summary of the story. The story, The Wall in a Wall, is about a boy who spots a scorpion in a wall near his home. He was tempted. He wanted to take the scorpion in, but he knew that the family members, especially the mother, would not allow it. So what he did was that the narrator, he took the scorpion carefully in a matchbox and placed that matchbox on the mantelpiece. At home, he carefully had kept the matchbox on the mantelpiece, but it was accidentally picked up by Larry as he finished his lunch earlier. Larry, he did the lunch earlier, or he finished up his lunch earlier. He took the matchbox and opened it in front of everybody else, and it created a lot of confusion in the house. So this short, interesting story written by Gerald Durrell is about a deadly, a poisonous creature, scorpion. But the narrator here wants us to understand that even in the dangers of nature, also some sort of beauty is there. So we can understand that beauty actually lies in the eyes of the beholder. We can understand here that the scorpion, which is very, very dangerous, is also a creature of the nature which also can be beautiful. That is why the narrator did not want anybody to harm the scorpion. He did not want anyone to kill the scorpion. Finally, he picked up the scorpion, he picked it up again, and he took it out of the house and kept it on the wall. So children, I hope that you have understood the story. I've already sent the task through WhatsApp. If there is any difficulties or any sort of confusion, you can always send me the message through WhatsApp. Till we meet next, thank you.